Hey ponies, Alatariel here, and I'm going to show you today how to retail a Dance and Prance pony. So this here is the Dance and Prance mechanism. I've already removed it from the pony and I've already customized it, done the full body repaint and sealed it. And now we're ready to retail the pony. So the standard Dance and Prance mechanism has this knob on the front that controls the spinning of the tail. This end here pokes out through the back of it and creates a little ring around the tail there. The opening is significantly bigger than a standard pony opening, tail opening, and that is because of the mechanism. The mechanism itself operates on a coiled up piece of metal here that allows you to twist it around. So in order to retail it, what we're going to have to do is remove this yellow part here. Now it's glued into place, but I've already weakened the glue. Usually just a little twisting and pulling at it will weaken the glue enough to pull it off. Sometimes it's really hard to get off, so there are times where you may need to heat it up and pull on it quite a bit in order to get it to free itself, and also using some acetone around the edges will usually help with the removal as well. So this is the opening here where the tail was inserted inside. It just has the tail itself has a plastic tubing around it that it keeps it in there, and it's also glued inside there. So to retail the pony itself, we're just going to glue it back in place. The tail will not be as sturdy as it was originally from Hasbro, but it should be able to withstand at least a little brushing. So I already prepared a tail here, and in the middle I've tied it with a twist tie. I've tied it pretty tight in there and left the end on it. The way we're going to start out with getting the tail in there is I am going to insert quite a bit of super glue inside of there. This is a long-lasting workable gel super glue, so it should give me sufficient time to work with it. Now I've squirted a good amount into there and we're ready to insert the tail. Now I just pushed the tip of the twist tie inside and spread it in the middle, and from there I am going to take my pliers and I'm just going to force that twist tie inside. It will take a little bit of work to get it in there and a little strength, but it should go in there without too much difficulty. And you probably can't see what I'm doing right now, but I am just using the tip of the pliers to force it inside. And it is going to take quite a bit of strength to get it in there. I just keep working at it until the whole thing goes inside the mechanism. Alright ponies, we have now inserted the tail into the mechanism. And as you can see, it's fully inside there. I've attached it with super glue, and I've added another layer of super glue around the outside here, just to add a little extra stability. Now, a warning here, the tail is not nearly as sturdy as it is in the original Hasbro ones. I have not been able to find a way to connect it as well as Hasbro had it in there. This is the best method that I have, so you do need to be gentle with it. It can stand a brushing and everything, but you just want to be careful not to pull on the tail very much. Alright, so the next thing we're ready to do is attach this back inside the pony. So I've already inserted the yellow plastic piece that we pulled off earlier into the rear of the pony. As you can see, it's down inside there, right back here, and it pokes out the back. Now, what we're going to do next is take my trusty shoelace, and I'm going to insert the loop into the rear of the pony, and then we're going to pull it out the neck. The next step is to take the tail and pull it through the loop. And then we're going to take that hair and we are going to pull it back through the tail of the pony. So now we've got the tail started. Next step is to insert the mechanism back into the pony. So what I do is I usually push it in as far as I can get it without stretching, and then I'll pull the tail through. And then what we'll have to do is spread the little cut that I made here. And we're just going to slowly wiggle this mechanism back into place. And it's just going to take a little bit of work and a little bit of finagling and twisting and pushing. But slowly it will go back in. There we go. So now we've got the mechanism back inside the pony and the tail is fully out. But the issue we have now is there has been a little gap that has been created. What I usually end up doing is I'll push it together and I'll super glue it and tie it in place, use a twist tie or a hairband and hold that in place while it dries. Or using a quick setting super glue would also take care of that. The super glue will usually hold it closed pretty well. But for now, before I do that step, I'm just going to show you how the head goes back on. So we've got the head and we've got this. Basically all you need to do is, it's going to be difficult to get it back on. Sometimes if you heat the head, it'll go back on a little easier. But basically all you do is push it. You have to force it back on. It just takes some force and some leverage to get it back in there. There we go. Alright. And there you have a clean fit back on there. And again, I will get that gap closed up there before I actually complete the pony. But now many of you said in my brush and grow demonstration tutorial that I did not demonstrate how the brush and grow pony worked afterwards. Well, with this one I'm going to go ahead and do that here for you. You can see it doesn't work quite the same as the old brush and grow, or the old Dance and Prance ponies work, but that is because I have not been able to find a shrinkable plastic tube to go on there. That's what gave the tail a little more stability when it would spin. But as you can see, it does still spin. All you do is twist the knob and it will spin. Alright, so that has been my tutorial on the Dance and Prance ponies, and thank you to Red Lynx for commissioning me to do this pony for you. And this is going to be her pony. I should have this completed here very shortly, and I will be able to post up the completed pictures once she is finished. But as for this tutorial, it's a pretty simple process. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me, alatariel-silimaure, on the My Little Pony Arena, or you can also go to my DeviantArt or my website, ponyspiration.weebly.com, and check out some of my other tutorials, and that will be all. See you around, ponies!